but we'll go in right behind them. But while we wait, Captain Steve's activated their propeller, turned on the navigation lights, got us in the correct gear, and then once Olga Ironsides is a safe distance in front of us, he's going to sound the horn, and in we'll go. Ready? Splash! We did, everyone. We made it. We are in the Charles River. We're a boat now. We're a boat now. We're a boat now. Boat now. Boat now. We're a boat now. We're a boat now. We're a boat now. Boat now. Boat now. We're a boat now. We're a boat now. We're a boat now. Boat now. Boat now. Row your boat now. Row your boat now. Row your boat now. Boat now. Boat now. What if that was the rest of the tour? Be a dance party, that's what it'd be. So out into the Charles River, everybody take a moment, enjoy the view, grab some pictures. I'm gonna have a sip of water because I've been talking for a very long time. All right, on our left, we have this big red brick building along the banks of the river. Very unique looking building, looks like a hotel. It's not. You can spend the night there, though. That is the Suffolk County Jail. Great place for the night. Great jail. Look at the views. Now, we are in the Charles River, everyone. This is an 80-mile-long body of fresh water. The river is 35 feet deep at its deepest point, but most of the Charles River is only about 4 feet deep. The river got its name back in the 1600s. Before that, this was known as the Massachusetts River. That's what the Native Americans called it. They also called themselves the Massachusetts people. It means people of the Great Blue Hill. Now, the river's name got changed in the 1600s by a guy named Prince Charles. Yeah, he named it after himself. Very modest. Prince Charles would go on to become King Charles I. He was not a very good king. His subjects overthrew him. Chopped his head off. Pretty rough end for King Charles I. Now, every year in the fall, there is a big boat race on this river, a regatta. And what do we call it? The Head of the Charles. I don't know if those two things are connected, but I will tell you two things that are definitely not connected. King Charles and his head. Now we're entering this channel. Some of you might be wondering why the river has walls all of a sudden. Well, this channel is actually the lock in the old Charles River Dam. There is now a dam on either side of us. If you look at the wall on the left side of the lock, you're going to see a metal section. This metal piece used to slide all the way across over to the right, closing the lock and separating Boston Harbor from the Charles River. This dam separated the river from the harbor in the year 1978 when a new dam was built further downriver. Because the river and the harbor are separated by a dam, it makes the Charles River a very safe, very smooth body of water to have a boat on. We don't have to worry about ocean storms blowing in, or big waves, or strong tides. Very safe, very smooth body of water. Speaking of very safe and very smooth, Steve's going to sound the horn for us. We sound the horn there because we are going around a blind corner. We need any boats on the other side of this wall to know that we are coming. It is safer that way. And we take safety very seriously here at Boston Duck Tours. Who's been keeping us safe today? Captain Steve. Let's hear it for Steve. Doing a great job. That being said, it is time for his break. Yeah, I don't know why it schedules a driver's break in the middle of the river, but they do. So he's going to take a seat next to me, and I'm going to need some volunteers to come to drive the duck. Who wants to drive? Raise your hands. Can't call you up if you don't have your hands raised. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call people one at a time. One call you up. I want you to bring a phone with you. That way I can take your picture while you're up here. That way we don't have people standing in the aisles blocking people's views. If you don't have a phone for some reason, let's say you're a kid, grab one from an adult, preferably the adult who brought you here. All right, so one more time, who wants to drive? Raise your hands. If I don't have any volunteers, I will just start calling people at random. All right, let's go. Row 5, seat A, row 5, seat A, you're a lucky winner. Come on up. Bring a phone with you. Come on up. All right, and city from Boston, even though it was founded the exact same year, 1630. And it was founded by the Puritans, just like Boston. Back in 1630, the Puritans, they didn't call their new town Cambridge, they called it Newtown. So it was a town and it was new, and the Puritans weren't very good at naming things. All right, Carter, look at me, big smile. All right, great job, phone. Stickers. Now, in the year 1635, the Puritans opened the first public school in what would become the United States over in Boston. It's called Boston Latin. Boston Latin still exists to this day. It's considered to be one of the best public high schools anywhere in the United States. A year later, in 1636, 1832. So it's only 6 years younger than the Union Oyster House. The Parker Restaurant was the first restaurant ever to use paper menus. Could you imagine a time before menus? You go into the restaurant, you'd have to take out your quill pen and scan the QR code. Now, some famous people worked here over the years. Vietnamese revolutionary leader Ho Chi Minh worked here in the 1920s as a pastry chef. So Ho Chi Minh probably made his fair share of Boston cream pies. American civil rights leader Malcolm X worked there when he lived in Boston. At the time, though, he was going by Malcolm Little. And celebrity chef Emeril Lagasse, he's from Massachusetts, Fall River kid. He actually, one of his first jobs was here. What are you doing here? Got a lobster roll. Welcome to Boston. Behind Faneuil Hall is Quincy Market. Faneuil Hall and Quincy Market, one of the most popular tourist destinations in Boston. On our right, we're going to see another old red brick building. This one's called the Old State House. It's the oldest public building in Boston. Been here since 1713, over 300 years. Today it is a museum. Up front of the Old State House is the site of the Boston Massacre. March 5th, 1770. A group of British soldiers is out on patrol. They're surrounded by an angry group of colonists. The colonists start throwing rocks and ice at the British soldiers. Eventually, one of them, a man named Crispus Attucks, reaches out and tries to grab one of the British soldiers' muskets. The gun goes off. The British soldiers panic, open fire into the crowd, killing 5 people, including Crispus Attucks. British soldiers are arrested, put on trial for murder. One of the lawyers who defends them is John Adams, the same John Adams who will go on to be the second president of the United States.